Welcome back to part 3 of my Wild East DVD collection. This will be the last of my collection here. I have 24 titles to show. In my previous 2 videos I showed 40 titles, 20 in video 1 and 20 in video 2. I'm going to just show you guys the remainder of my collection, and it's mostly spaghetti western, but there are a few other titles mixed in here, like the first one. This is a Charles Bronson twin billing here of Farewell Friend and Rider on the Rain. And these were pretty early Charles Bronson films. This is the Eurocrime Collection Volume 4, and it's spine number 43. There you can see some of the artwork. And let's see here. Farewell Friend came out in 1968, and Rider on the Rain came out in 1970. It is an anamorphic widescreen. It does come with picture galleries, and it has a French trailer for both films. So that is the Charles Bronson twin billing. The next one here is called, it's the Two Expert Killers in Two Action-Packed Films. This is Spaghetti Western Collection Volume 36. It is Killer Caliber 32 and Killer Adios. And I'm keeping that in there because I do not edit my videos. These are both Peter Lee Lawrence films. And this is spine number 44. Let's see here. Killer Caliber 32 was also called 32 Caliber Killer. And I'm trying to find a year for both of the films. And I'm not seeing one, so we'll continue on here. This particular edition came out in 2011. I believe a lot of the ones I'm going to show today are still available for decent prices. If you guys are interested in checking out any of the Wild East DVDs, I would go to diabolicdvd.com and check out their selection. I got a lot of these later titles I picked up at Diabolic, and I think they were like anywhere between $13 a piece all the way up to maybe like 15 or 16. So they're pretty inexpensive. And the thing about the Wild East titles, they're limited to 1,000 a piece, and once they're done. So if you guys are interested at all, even a little bit, I would go check it out. Get them while they're cheap. The next one here is called A Classic Spaghetti Western Double Feature, A Place Called Glory, and The Road to Fort Alamo. And The Road to Fort Alamo is a Mario Bava film. And I've never seen that before. This is Spaghetti Western Collection Volume 37. And it is spine 45. So there you can see on the back a couple of the images that were on the posters back in the day. The Road to Fort Alamo is from 1964. Of course, Mario Bava is known for Black Sunday, Black Sabbath, Twitch of the Death Nerve, Kill Baby Kill. You guys all know that already. Both of the films are in anamorphic widescreen, and they have picture galleries and theatrical previews. The next one here is called Sartana's Here, Trade Your Pistol for a Coffin, and Django Against Sartana. And this is the Spaghetti Western Collection Volume 38. And those are a couple of the genre's best known characters, Sartana and Django, and then of course they had crossover films. And that's spine number 46. There's a couple of the posters on the back. It is in anamorphic widescreen, and again, it just has picture galleries, theatrical trailers, and it also has an interview with George Hilton, so that's pretty cool. And George Hilton played in Sartana's Here, Trade Your Pistol for a Coffin. And haven't seen either film yet, so there's a lot of stuff that I have to watch. The next one here is a Giuliano Gemma double feature. And this is where it kind of gets silly. These films are more comedy than they are westerns. I watched a little bit of Alive or Preferably Dead, and I thought it was very weak. It was not very good. And I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is more of the same, but it's kind of a spy comedy. Although Giuliano Gemma was a fine actor, I just thought these films were not his best. And that's Spy Number 47. So let me see here. This was also released in 2011. And you have picture gallery previews, exclusive interview with actor Dan Van Heusen. And for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you have a picture gallery and a trailer. The next one up is Reverend Colt, starring Guy Madison and Richard Harrison. And it also has Vengeance is a Colt 45, starring Guy Madison again. And this is the Spaghetti Western Collection, Volume 39. And Reverend Colt meets the son of Django. So there you go again, another kind of a crossover. Spy Number 48. Both of the films are in anamorphic widescreen. And you get Guy Madison Spaghetti Western trailers. The next one up is called The Brute and the Beast, starring Franco Nero. He was another one of the genre's best actors, I thought. And George Hilton is in this one as well. Story and screenplay by Fernando De Leo. And it was directed by Fulci. This one came out in 2012 from Wild East. It's Spy Number 49, and it's Spaghetti Western Collection, Volume 40. This would be one for you guys to pick up if you're going to start. If you don't have any Wild East titles and you want to, pick one up to get your collection started, I would start with The Brute and the Beast. Here's a good one. This is Richard Harrison in El Rojo, but it has the 2011 Los Angeles Spaghetti Western Film Festival and has some of the actors that are still with us at the time in 2011 that had a panel discussion with fans, and it's a documentary that comes with this DVD. And this is Volume 41, Spine 50. And it's anamorphic widescreen, Richard Harrison trailers, and it covers the 2011 Spaghetti Western Film Festival in Los Angeles. I was hoping there was more info on the back about the film festival, but I know a lot of you guys out there like the special features, and this is probably the best special feature on any DVD that Wild East had. The next one is a Craig Hill double feature, and that is And the Crows Will Dig Your Grave, plus The Dirty 15. And this is Volume 42. And it's Spine 51. Don't really have a whole lot to say about this one because I have not watched it yet. My to watch pile is so big, I don't know if I'll ever catch up, but that's not a bad problem. They are in anamorphic widescreen, and it does have a Craig Hill interview from Hollywood to Almeria. So there you go, that is Volume 42. The next one here is called Nest of Vipers, plus The Dark Side of the Spaghetti West, Tales You Lose, Volume 43. And Spine 52. This one is The Tramplers, starring Joseph Cotten, James Mitchum, Gordon Scott. featuring the original Django, Franco Nero. If I had to pick my favorite spaghetti western actor, I would pick Eastwood, I think, but Franco Nero and Giuliano Gemma are second and third, I would say. The next one here is a Klaus Kinski double feature, and the first title is And God Said to Cain, and Kinski always played a really good villain. And the second one is Twice a Judas with Antonio Sabato Sr. This is volume 45, spine 54. And like I said before, most of these that I'm showing today are very affordable. You can check out like Amazon or eBay, and you can get a lot of these very, very cheap. But over time, they're going to go up in price because they're limited to 1,000 a piece. The next one here is an Anthony Stephan double feature. The first one is A Coffin for the Sheriff. And the second one is Blood at Sundown, starring Gianni Garco. And this is this is a collection volume 46, spine 55. And you got to keep in mind that you're not going to get a lot of special features on these DVDs, but you are getting them all in anamorphic widescreen. So, and they all do have good transfers. This first one here, the next one here is another Gianni Garco, Those Dirty Dogs. And the second one is a Giuliano Gemma film, Wanted. And this is volume 47. I really like the artwork there. I think Wild East does a good job. Spine 56. The next one here is Spaghetti Western Volume 48. It's In a Colt's Shadow, plus Savage Gringo. And that is another Mario Bava film, Savage Gringo. The Untamed West, Where Nothing Spoke Louder Than a Colt. Spine 57. Both of the films were from '66. Another thing I would say about Wild East is they very rarely put out movies. You might get one, maybe two a year. So this would be a good time for you guys to start collecting, get some of the back catalog, and then you can pick one or two up a year. And usually, if you buy them directly from Wild East, they're only about like 10 to 12 bucks. But I do have to say that their customer service is pretty horrible. And that's all I'm going to say about that at this point. Here's a Richard Harrison double feature called His Name Was King and Gunfight at High Noon. And Kinski is also in His Name Is King. And it is collection volume 49, spine 58. And you get a exclusive interview with star Richard Harrison, so that's cool. The next one here is the only Blu-ray that Wild East put out, and this was because it was volume 50. It was like a special edition for Wild East, and it's called A Double Dose of Pecos. And it's two Robert Woods films. He stars as Pecos Martinez in My Name is Pecos and Pecos Cleans Up. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo. And then you can see some of the previous titles, and then you have a chapter menu. If you guys have any questions about any of these titles that I'm showing or that I have shown, or if you have any questions, you know, about maybe which ones you want to look for or any of that stuff, just drop a comment down below. The next one here is called The Wild and the Dirty. It's an Enzo G. Castellari film. And the second one is a George Eastman, starring in Chaco, directed by Luigi Manghini. This is volume 51. Now they're back to DVD. They only had just the one Blu-ray. Spine 60. And this one came out in 2015. So this is fairly recent. I think this one is still available on Diabolic DVD's website. Go check that out. This one has an interview with Enzo G. Castellari, and it has a Chaco alternate credits. The next one here is a Daniel Martin double feature called The Last Tomahawk, starring Anthony Stephan. He's another one of the genre's finest, I think. And the second film is called The Man Called Gringo, and it is volume 52. Spine 61. It has a English trailer for The Last Tomahawk and a German trailer for A Man Called Gringo. And let's see. Man Called Gringo came out in 65. And The Last Tomahawk came out in 64. So right around the heyday of the Wild East, or of the spaghetti western boom. The next one here is volume 53. It's called Anthony Stephan again in Gringo. And Peter Martell in Two Crosses at Danger Pass. Two action-packed spaghetti westerns by Rafael Romero Merchant. Spine 62. A couple images there from the advertisement of the films. And you get an exclusive interview with director Rafael Romero Merchant and picture galleries and theatrical trailers. And I believe that one's also at Diabolic. And this one too, excuse me. An action-packed George Artisan double feature. May God Forgive You, I Won't. And Massacre at Canyon Grande. Spaghetti Western Collection, volume 54. Check out that image there. The guy's about to get smoked. Spine 63. And there you can see again. I like the packaging that Wild East has, where they have kind of like the advertisement of both films on the front, and then you can see some alternate artwork on the back. This one has an interview with George Artisan, and it does have deleted scenes. The next three are very recent, like within the last year these came out. The last 6 months even, I would say. And this one here is a Tomas Milian double feature, another one of the genre's finest, top 5. That is Sonny and Jed and the Ugly Ones, volume 55. Spine 64. This one came out in 2016 from Wild East. And it has an interview with Eugenio Martin, and it has an audio interview with Tomas Milian, so it does have some pretty good special features here in comparison to the other previous titles that were released. The next one here is a Giuliano Gemma double feature, Adios Gringo and Blood for a Silver Dollar, volume 56. And Spine 65. Oops. Sorry about that. Both of the films came out in 1965. And it, it has a tribute to Giuliano Gemma's westerns as a special feature. And then the last one, and the one that just came out a couple weeks ago, is an Anthony Stephan double feature. This is A Few Dollars for Django and 10 Killers Come From Afar, volume 57. This is the last title that they released, and it's volume Spine 66. They don't have any plans, at least that I've heard of releasing anytime soon. This is from 2017. Like I said, it just came out a couple weeks ago. But they kind of drag their feet when it comes to releasing titles from Wild East. And I'm not sure why they don't offer Blu-rays, but they have quite a few titles on DVD that you guys have seen. I hope you enjoyed the 3-part series. If you have any questions or comments, drop a comment down below. If you haven't subbed yet, please feel free to do so. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have a fistful of trailers I'm missing, that is number 1, and I'm missing Boot Hill. So if you guys have either of those, I would like to make a trade if you're interested in letting it go. Comment below. I also do have some available for trade that I think I showed in the first or second video. You'd have to go back and double check that, because I don't have them handy right now, otherwise I'd show them. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.